Hello, and thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be going over some of the updated rules for this season of Team League. The other TOs and I have put a lot of work in leading up to this season, and we're hoping to make it even better than last time. In order to help better visualize some of the changes we made, I decided to create this video in order to help people, like Mike, prepare for the start of the season. I'll be going over player board numbers, player assignments, drafting for both fighters and map, as well as the reactive global ban system that we've implemented for this season. I'll also be adding bookmarks to the video so you can jump around to the different time codes listed in the description below. I hope that this video is helpful and that you'll look forward to Team League as much as I am. Players on each team will be split up by board number and will be labeled either board 1, board 2, or board 3. Each team will have at least 2 players from each board number. This system is designed to sort players based on their experience with the game and what their expected play strength will be. Factors that went into determining board number include previous tournament results, League standings, and the answers given on the registration survey. This is how board assignments are split up. Using my team as an example, let's look at what board assignments might look like for us in a given round. Since I am listed as board 1, I could be assigned to either board 1A or 1B. But I could not be assigned to board 2A, 2B, 3A, or 3B. Similarly, since Freak is board 2, he could be assigned to either 2A or 2B. Following these assignment rules, this is what a potential lineup for our team could look like for a round. So is this. Or this. Any players not assigned to one of the 6 board slots will be considered to be sitting out for the round. However, this does not prevent them from practicing with the team, strategizing, or giving advice on matchups before games happen. It simply means that they will not be playing a game during this round against the other team. Player assignments should be discussed as a team, but team captains will get a final say if there are any disputes. Additionally, each player on a team must be allowed to play at least 1 round during the season. No one gets left out. As a reminder, player assignments are due by the end of the first day of a round, and must be submitted to one of the TOs by the team captain. This is so that the players who draft for their team for that round will know who is facing who before the draft begins. Now, let's take a look at what drafting will look like for Team League. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that any fighters that are currently banned are excluded from the draft. So for the first round, that would just be Sherlock and Electra. Next, players will roll a die to determine who is picking first. So let's say that player A is the one who wins the die roll. Starting with player A, they will pick a fighter, and then player B, and then it'll be back to player A. It'll keep rotating like that, back and forth, until each side has 6 fighters. And those 6 fighters will be the fighters that the teams play for that round. Picking and assigning maps will be similar, but there are a couple differences between the fighter picks and the map picks. So, just like with the fighters, you'll want to start out by excluding any maps that are currently banned, so for round 1 that would just be Yukon. Then, starting with player B, so the person who picked fighters second will pick a map and assign it to one of the 6 boards. So let's say that player B wanted Marmorial. At this point, instead of just picking the map and having that available, they will assign it to one of the 6 board numbers that is available. Going into the draft, teams will be aware of which games they have position pick on. This will usually be split up by the board letter. For instance, in this draft, perhaps Team A has position pick on all of the A-labeled boards, so 1A, 2A, 3A, while Team B has position pick on all of the B-labeled boards, 1B, 2B, and 3B. This adds an extra layer to drafting, as you might be able to take maps that your opponent might be trying to get for a certain fighter when they know they have position, or vice versa. You're allowed to assign a map to any board that has not had a map assigned to it already, regardless whether your team has position pick there or not. Let's say player B does end up picking Marmorial and assigns it to board 2A. Then, player A picks Hang Gardens and assigns it to board 1A. Players will go back and forth like this, assigning maps to boards until all 6 assignments are made. So, given the example draft in this video, This would be the final setup for this match between these two teams. By this point, for each matchup, the players playing and the map will be known. All that is left is to assign fighters. Teams will have until the end of the draft phase to decide where they want to assign their fighters, and then they will submit those lineups to one of the TOs. Fighter assignments should be discussed as a team, but team captain has final say if there are any disputes. Fighter assignments will be revealed simultaneously within an hour of the end of the draft phase. Here's an example of how these two teams might have assigned their fighters. During this season of Team League, we will be using a reactive global ban system that should stop certain fighters from overpowering the meta and lead to more diversity in fighter picks and assignments. This will also apply to maps, so we should see more map diversity throughout the season as well. Given the fact that there are 10 teams in the league, which means there will be 5 matches per round, each fighter could get a maximum of 5 wins in a given round. If a fighter achieves 2 wins in a round, they will be banned for the following one round. If a fighter achieves 3 or more wins during a round, they will be banned for the following 2 rounds. For example, let's say Medusa is present in 4 of the 5 matches in the first round. She gets 3 wins and 1 loss. This would result in Medusa being banned for round 2 and round 3. Bans on maps will work slightly differently, with the top 2 maps each round being banned the following round. For example, Hanging Gardens is picked 4 times in the first round. Hell's Kitchen was picked 3 times. Both of these maps would be banned for round 2. If there is a tie within the top 2, then all tied maps would be banned. For instance, in the previous example, if Baskerville also had 3 plays, then all 3 of those maps mentioned would be banned. And there you have it. Those are most of the updated rules for this season of Team League. If you're still fuzzy on some of the details, I would recommend going and reading the rules doc, which has everything written out in more detail than I went over today. You can find the rules doc linked on the competition page on UM League, or you can go to the UM League Discord and it'll be in the pinned messages in the Team League channel. There's a lot of rules, so sometimes I miss stuff. If there's still something you're unclear on, feel free to reach out to me or one of the other TOs and we'll do our best to help you. At the end of the day, our goal with this format is to have something different and fun in the competitive scene that players can sink their teeth into and really enjoy having that team aspect that the league brings. So best of luck out there, and remember, in battle, there are no equals.